Go. I do believe we are live. So I'll say indeed and greetings unto you, beloved and holy friends. What a dear pleasure to have you here again on another conscious evolution. Another opportunity for us to consider impermanence. We ended up talking about depression, weirdly enough, a lot in the previous stream. And we did talk about depression from the perspective of impermanence, right? Acknowledging depression, acknowledging the fact that we live in a world that gives us more reasons than ever to be depressed, right? Like almost giving you some empathy, giving you some sympathy for the fact that you might be feeling that way, right? That you're not the only one, and that we live in a world where those feelings are increasingly more common. And then we also gave credence, honor to the ability to do stuff, right? The ability to take care of yourself. And in that way, still feel better, despite the fact that there's a lot in this world that can make us feel disheartened. Talked about the impermanence of our experience, how one of the big reasons we're depressed, especially these days, is because of financial woes, right? Not having the money to do things, to own things, to have services done for you, right? And in that way, I had like this whole thing during my yoga practice today where I was thinking about money and I was thinking about the potential loss thereof. And I was thinking about why I felt that that could be a potential bad thing, right? Why would it be bad if I lose everything I own, right? As a thought experiment. And the answer that I came up with is that it wouldn't be, right? And I guess it's very easy for me to say that from the perspective of having not lost everything. But from the perspective of it being impermanent and almost like being made aware of that fact again, that all of the stuff that I've ever owned, I probably don't anymore. You know? Think about that. Right? If you had to be able to measure up everything you've ever owned, make it a big old bowl. All right? How much of that bowl do you still have? Probably a very small percentage of it. All right? Stuff's impermanence not only exists from the perspective of it no longer being in your life, but it breaks, it loses value, it stands somewhere in a warehouse, in a graveyard, in a field, just decaying slowly but surely. I got sunscreen in my eyeballs. That's the thing that I'm thinking about right now. I'm thinking about the impermanence of washing said sunscreen out of my eyeballs. That would be great. We got some popper shenanigans on the sidelines. Poppers and their shenanigans. Wow! Shenanigans. Oh, shenanigans. Hey! That hurts, bro. Pippi has a new friend. She really has been loving the time she gets to spend with Kobe. It's fun watching them. All right. No. No, 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 no. Okay. Yeah. Life. Life. And the impermanence thereof. Nothing is promised. Huh? Huh? You playing? Huh, Kobe? Kobe has the hiccups right now. You get him. You get him. Yeah, get him. Don't get him too hard. Get him gently. Get him. Poor dude's getting rolled. Shame. Yeah, Kobe. Yeah. Get her. Wow. Yeah, Pippi is trying to take all of the chances he gets to win right now. Kobe is growing up fast. Mojo, it's nice having you here. Love your friend. Jovan has shared with us saying, geez, never really considered how much I've owned. From a house to phones to trinkets to gum wrappers, like thinking of all the groceries I've ever bought, all the clothes I've worn. That was one of the things that I thought about as well, right? Because for the longest time, when I thought about ownership and having things, right, the first thing that I thought about was clothes, right? Having clothes. And so much of those clothes I have outgrown, right? I am too big to fit in those clothing anymore. Or the clothing has lost its quality, has lost its shimmer, has holes in it now. Right? I had to experience the impermanence of having stuff over and over and over and over again. This dude is like in the ditch here. Are you a ditch dog? Pippi is pushing him into the ditch. All supports him. He's eating grass. Hey, stop that. Playing some bite face. The groceries. So much stuff. So much stuff. More stuff than we can imagine. And more. Because we forget a lot. The world we live in. I'm having a hard time focusing. I am being called to more. I am being called to more impermanence, right? Acknowledging that this stream cannot be permanent because I want to go and wash my eyeballs. So I feel I'll recap one more time. It's 11 minutes past right now. There's only one person here with me. It's probably Joe, and I have 11% of my battery as well. So with that 111. The one message we try to share today is that impermanence is going to be a part of our experience. All right, that we cannot go without that. And in that way, it's going to be a part of every single part of our lives, right? Almost indefinitely. And if that's the case, then this experience we're having right now, whether it's good or bad, can be seen through that lens as well. And since we did talk a bit about depression and the difficulties that come with being sad, seeing a light at the end of the tunnel, right? Having hope that this too shall pass. Weird. I just had to resubscribe. Maybe I hit the button, but it is a series of actions to unsubscribe. Yeah, YouTube does auto unsubscribe people for some reason. I've noticed my subscriber count like steadily dropping. And then I'm like, why are people unsubscribing? And then I realized that they're not. Thank you for resubscribing. I appreciate that, Mr. Merkabastic. Okay, hold up. That's definitely more than just me here. Okay, there we go. I mean, there definitely is now as well. I think there's 3 people in chat right now. So much love. It's nice having you friends here. I thank you for joining me, and I look forward to spending more time in the infinite impermanence that is now. Mojo and Mr. Merkabastic and Joe, I appreciate you for being impermanently here with me today. Love is true. I'll see you friends again tomorrow. Thank you, dear friends. I love you. Say goodbye to the doggos too. Yo, 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 yo! Yo, 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 yo! Yo, yo, yo! Yo, we're wild! We're so wild! Such a wild and wild and yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah, wild and yeah, yeah. Yeah. Happy days. Burb is definitely not depressed. I've actually put a microphone up there so that there's more burp sounds coming through for you, friends. Let me show you actually. Do you see it? That little fluffy piece right there is pointing towards those trees, sending you even more burby sounds. I love you, friends. Let's see ourselves uplifted. Let's see ourselves living with hubris, right? Living like we want to. Living like living is what we're here to do. I appreciate you. Look forward to seeing you friends again live tomorrow. Goodbye, everybody. Cheers for now.